Okay, so welcome everybody. So 7 a.m. tap in. This week we are moving into the Crown Chakra. The top, it's like a halo of energy just above your head. And this is where all of our thoughts reside. Yes, this is all about thought. This is about our beliefs. This is the thoughts that we think, and all just a belief is just thoughts that we keep thinking. So it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And last week we well, for some it may have been an introduction to the alignment of the personality with the soul, and that we're really souls having human experiences, so we need to tap into this soul part of ourselves. So it might have been a reminder for some of you, it might have been something new for some of you, and it might have been, yep, totally resonate with that. So I just want to take that just one step further, how we can identify within ourselves whether we're tuning into the intuition of our soul, or whether we're listening to the voice of the ego, the roommate, the personality. So our soul draws on hope. It is that part of us that believes in our own goodness, our own greatness, our own abilities. It's that part that doesn't give in to despair, that just won't give up. So when there is that whisper from your heart, when there's that little nudge, it's like, we can do this. This, it's the one that is drawn to, it's the part of you that's drawn towards hope and knows your goodness, your greatness. That is your soul. Okay? Now, so think about these thoughts. This week is all about awareness. This is what this crown chakra comes down to, is awareness. Be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of your beliefs. Be aware of the words that you speak to yourself. But most importantly, it's about the thoughts, right? Because the throat chakra is the words, but it comes from somewhere. It comes from a thought. It comes from the beliefs that we have about ourselves. Okay. Now, the personality, or the ego, I'm just going to call it ego today, is where a lot of these beliefs that hinder us from succeeding in what it is that we want, is that we have these limiting self-beliefs. We all do. We all have them. What it usually comes down to is, I'm not enough, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not courageous enough. I come from a family of addicts, or I come from a family of people who struggle with money, or it's these limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves, right? So whatever it is, I've never been really good with money. I've always struggled with money, or I've never been somebody who takes risks, or I've never been thin in my life. I've always struggled with my weight. So we have these limiting beliefs that keep us stuck from making really good choices. So you've got the soul that's like, no, I know beneath you, you can do this. But we've got this ego with these thoughts and these beliefs that will trip us up every time. And there's a reason, because our ego wants to be right. Okay, so again, our ego wants to be right. So this is where I'm going to ask you to bring awareness into your thoughts and your beliefs, and then question and challenge every thought and every belief that you have. Is it true? Is it true? Where did this belief come from? Because your ego wants to be right, and it'll prove you right every time. So say you have a belief that nobody supports me. Nobody supports me, right? I never get any support from everywhere. I'm always all alone. Well, you might be getting a lot of support coming in for you, but you don't take it, or you can't recognize it, because your ego is like, nope, I want to be right. I'm going to prove. So you're going to look for all of the things around you that prove that you don't have any support. Okay? Maybe it is that thought, well, you know what, I've always struggled with my weight, or I've always struggled with finances. Well, you could have an opportunity. Well, let's just see. Your whisper, your soul will say, you know, you can't eat that. You know that's not going to be good for your hips, or maybe it's not going to be good for your stomach. It doesn't agree with us. You know you can't eat that. But the ego, why do we eat it anyway? Even though we know we shouldn't. Why? Because the ego has this belief that I've always struggled with my weight. I can't, you know, I can't give this kind of food up. And your ego wants to be right. So you've got this whisper of hope. You've got this voice of you know, I know we can do this. But the ego is so strong. It wants to be right. It is threatened if it's going to be proved wrong. So even though it's detrimental to us and the choices that we make, we're so stuck in that ego. So this week is all about questioning your thoughts, questioning your beliefs. Now, a big block of the crown chakra is our attachments. So this is your ego. Our egos are attached to our beliefs. They're attached to our thoughts, and they're attached to being right. So months back, we did the Wayne Dyer, be attached to nothing and open to everything. And so, you know, that goes down to when you set a goal, don't be attached to how it has to unfold, because our ego has this way that it thinks it needs to unfold. Why? Because of all the thoughts and beliefs and its need to be right. So when we detach from something having to unfold in any particular way, we're now open to something more. We're open to hope. We're open to the goodness. We're open to the optimism, trust. We're open to self-love. But if you have this belief that, yeah, I'm not good enough, how can you draw into that energy of self-love? And your ego wants to be right. So it's going to prove you every single time that you can't do this because you're not good enough. But your soul wants you to believe in this self-love. So question everything. Detach from your thoughts. Detach from your beliefs. This week, again, all about awareness. Become aware of your thoughts, become aware of your beliefs. Lean back into that soul and just observe. No judgments, no judgments. It's kind of like, well, it's curiosity. Look at how many times I believe that. Why am I self-sabotaging myself? Why am I making things harder for myself? Because your ego, our egos, want to be right, but it's not until we can lean back and observe the choices that we're making. We've been going through this, you know, finding success in our goals through all of our different chakra systems. The ego resides in the solar plexus, the action center. The ego will choose love, or the ego will choose fear. The ego that chooses love aligns with the soul, aligns with hope, aligns with our own goodness. The ego that aligns with fear is the one that needs to be right. Do you want to be right, or do you want to find happiness? Do you want to be right, or do you want to find your own personal success? Well, the ego wants to be right. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to prove you. It's going to prove it. It's going to look for all the things that are going to prove you it right. So aligning that personality, that ego with the soul, align with hope, align with your own goodness. Question and challenge every single one of your beliefs and your thoughts. This is how we let go of struggle. So that's what our intention is. Set your intention. Set your intentions. Okay? And then question everything. Challenge your beliefs around those intentions. Once you set an intention for the day, like, okay, today I'm not going to eat sugar. Or I'm going to drink more water. Do you have a little voice in your head going, yeah, you're never going to be able to stick to this? Well, challenge that thought, challenge that belief. Okay. Let's tap this in. Okay, so Crown Chakra energy. Okay, it's the element of thought. It's our thoughts. And thoughts, when you keep thinking a thought, the same thought over and over again, it creates the beliefs. Okay, so this week is all about awareness of our thoughts, awareness of our beliefs. Let's shake it out. And then a step further, challenge. Challenge those thoughts, challenge those beliefs. Okay, so every day that you set an intention, sit with that intention. And as you sit with that intention, listen to the voice in your head. Arch it out. Is it already setting you up to fail? I can't do it. Right? Or what beliefs are behind it? What self-limiting belief is below it? Challenge everything. Like, pick up those knees, touch them, the opposite hand, get the energy moving. This is a week of awareness, a week of curiosity, a week of questioning and challenging every thought and every belief. Write them down. This is a belief that I didn't even realize I had. All right, shake that out. We're going to tap it here around the belly. Now we can change beliefs because behavior just follows beliefs. So if we can figure out what beliefs are tripping us up, we can change them. We have to bring awareness to them though. So that's what this crown chakra is all about. Knowing that, oh, I'm making these choices because I actually do believe that I'm not good enough or I'm not smart enough. Let's go down on the right leg. Oh, right? Behavior follows belief. So we got to get down to those beliefs. Over onto the other side. How do we get to the bottom of those beliefs? Question every thought. Challenge every thought. Good. Okay, shake that out. Rub your hands together. All right, we're going to tap in underneath the eyes. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And so this is where our meditation practice comes in. You set your intention for the day. You write it down. This is what I intend to follow through with. And you might find that some days you can follow through with your intention, other days you can't. Why can't you follow through with those intentions? Because there's a limiting belief that is stopping you. There is a belief that your ego has, and your ego wants to be right, and it will trip you up every time. Big breath, inhale, exhale. And then we're going to go to that collarbone point. So as you set your intention in the morning, as you sit and ground yourself in your meditation, notice what comes up. Notice the thoughts. Meditation is not about stopping our thoughts. It's about becoming aware of our thoughts. Leaning back into that soul that just knows your goodness. And it draws onto hope. It goes, okay, we're going to get to the bottom of this. What are we feeling when we set this intention for our day? What is our experience? Do we already think we can't do it? Why? What does our ego believe? What does that personality part of us believe? Write it down. Write down that belief because you can't change it. Write it down, sit with it, be with it. Think about it all day long. Why do I believe that? Challenge everything. Challenge your beliefs, challenge your thoughts, question them all. Then we're going to go into the thymus. Okay, so this is the seat of the soul right here in the heart chakra. I always say open this up with gratitude, and I'm going to continue open it up with gratitude. But I want you to tune into that soul that comes from hope. I can do this. One thought at a time or one belief at a time, just write it down. Once you come to a belief, you can get a whole book of beliefs if you want, but just find one. Just find one. I believe this. And my ego is going to prove me right. So it's going to trump me every time. Write down that belief. We can change our beliefs, but we have to become aware of them. The only way is to challenge them, is to notice those thoughts. So draw into the soul the hope, the one that wants to see you succeed. And then underneath the rib cage, right here, underneath, big breath, inhale. So set our intentions as we always do. Take that time to sit with that intention and notice what comes up, what thoughts come up, what beliefs come up. Notice how it feels in the body. Byron Katie says, if a thought hurts, it's not true. It's just not true. What thoughts hurt? How do we know they hurt? Because we tune into sensations of our body. Yeah, this is a big week. Shake it out. Let's just cross it. So this week is all about awareness. Awareness of our thoughts, awareness of our beliefs, and where our ego is attached to those beliefs and those thoughts. Our behavior follows belief. It's time to question every one of our beliefs and change them. Can't change them until you are aware of them. It's a big week. Namaste.